Good morning, students. Today our topic is research methodology. This topic is under the subject of research methodology and statistical techniques of MCA 5th semester. So now we will study that what is research. Research is basically is the process of finding solutions to a problem after a thorough study and analysis of the situational factors. Research provides the needed information that guides managers to make informed decisions to successfully deal with the problems. So research is basically to find something. You have to find the solution of a problem. There are number of problems, number of solutions are available, but you have to find out the best solution for the problem. This is called as the research. So now there are number of objectives of research are there. Basically, the subject is to gain the familiarity with the phenomena or to achieve new insight into it, like exploratory or formulative research. Another objective of the research is to portray accurately the characteristics of a particular individual situation or a group, which is also called the descriptive research. Third objective of the research could be like to determine the frequency with which something occurs or with which it is associated with something else. This is called diagnostic research. Another objective is to test a hypothesis of a causal relationship between variables, like hypothesis testing research. So these are the main objectives of the research. There could be another objectives also based on the different types of research. And now, characteristics of research. Objectives are different and characteristics are different. There are number of characteristics of research. You can also think and decide, or you can also find out the different characteristics of research, but the main characteristics are given in this slide. Like first objective is research is directed towards the solution of a problem. Second one is the research is based upon observable experience or empirical evidence. Third objective is research demands accurate observation and description. Fourth objective is research involves gathering new data from primary sources or using existing data for a new purpose. Research activities are characterized by carefully designed procedures. Research requires expertise, that is skill necessary to carry out investigation, search the related literature, and to understand, analyze the data gathered. Research is objective and logical, applying every possible test to validate the data collected and conclusion reached. Research involves the quest for answers to unsolved problems. Research requires courage. Research is characterized by patient and unhurried activity. Research is carefully recorded and reported. These are few characteristics of the research. Now, scientific method of research. Basically, science refers to the body of systematic and organized knowledge which makes use of scientific methods to acquire knowledge in a particular field of inquiry. Scientific method is the systematic collection of data, which is also called as facts, and their theoretical treatment through proper observation, experimentation, and interpretation. Scientific method attempts to achieve a systematic interrelation of facts by experimentation, observation, and logical arguments from accepted postulates and a combination of these three in varying proportions. So now basic postulates in scientific method. First, it relies on empirical evidence. Second, it utilizes relevant concepts. Third, it is committed to only objective consideration. Fourth, it presupposes ethical neutrality. It results into probabilistic predictions. The methodology is made known, aims at formulating scientific theories. So now there are some criteria of a good research. Like suppose you are into the research area, or you are doing some research on something, anything, whatever you have, the topic you have chosen, or whatever the problem you are facing. So there are some criteria. Without criteria, research could not be performed. So like the first criteria is purpose clearly defined. Whatever the research you are doing, its purpose should be clearly defined. You must know that what research you are doing and what is the objective of that research. This comes under the purpose clearly defined. Now, research process detailed. Whatever the process you are following, you should give the detail of that research process. Third is research design thoroughly planned. Your research design should be thoroughly planned. There should be proper plan for this. High ethical standards applied. You have to apply the high ethical standards. Limitations frankly revealed. Whatever the basically in the previous one, which is limitations frankly revealed, under this you must know the drawbacks or the loopholes of your research, whatever the research you are doing. So the limitation, you are well known about the limitations, so you have to reveal them frankly. Educate analysis for decision makers needs. Findings presented unambiguously. Conclusions justified. Researchers' experience reflected. So now there are some qualities of a good research also, because every research have some qualities and disqualities, drawbacks, characteristics. So the first quality of a good research is systematic. Whatever the research you are doing, it should follow a proper process. It should be systematic, so that if in future any author or any researcher is looking for or reading your research, he should understand your findings or your detail in a systematic manner. Logical, it should be logical also. There should be some logic for your research, so every research should have some logic. Empirical empirical, your research should be empirical also. Your research should be replicable also. Your research should be creative also. It should use of multiple methods. Not only single method should be there, it should use multiple methods. Now, the another topic is need for research. We already have done objectives, characteristics. Now, there is a need for research. First need is the exploration. Like you have, without exploration, without having qualities of exploring the things, you cannot perform a good research. Another second one is the describe. Third is diagnose, hypothesis, inductions and deductions. So these five are the needs for research. Until unless you do not describe, you do not explore the things, until unless you do not diagnose the things, you cannot do the research basically, because every research must have some need. So now scope and significance of research. Research for decision making. So now every research could be done for the decision making, like thorough lights on risks and uncertainty, identify alternatives, courses of action, helps in economic use of resources, helps in project identification, solves investment problems, solves pricing problems, solves allocation problems, solves decision making issues in HR, solves various operational and planning problems of business and industry. It also provides a basis for all government policies in our economic system. It helps social scientists in studying social relationships and in seeking answers to various social problems. For students, research means a careerism or a way to attain a high position in the social structure. For professionals in research, it may mean a source of livelihood. For philosophers and thinkers, research means the outlet for new ideas and insights. For literary men and women, research means development of new styles and creative work. For analytics and intellectuals, research means generalization of new theories. No problems in research. There could be some problem also in a research. No, like for example, first one is the not similar to science, uncontrollable variables, human tendencies, time and money, lack of computerization, lack of scientific training in the methodology of research. So, like for example, lack of code of conduct, difficulty of adequate and timely sequential assistance. So these are a few more drawbacks are there, like ignorance. So now another part in the research is role of research in decision making. Your research could help in decision making also. These are some points for the decision making where research could help. Like for example, if we directly come to the point number 4, research provides us with the knowledge and skill needs to solve the problems and to meet the challenges of a fast-paced decision-making environment. Now, according to Harvard, intelligence active